All right, welcome back. Um, I forgot what I was going to explain. Oh, yeah. So we've got the sphere, gold sphere, right? In the order that we want. So we can change the order of the cameras uh, to change the order of how these things are rendered, right? And then what I can do is, right, and then you can add anything, right? So I can add like particle. I can spell. That would be wonderful. So where the particles? Probably inside the sphere. So just make this bigger, right? And then same thing, right? I want that to all shoot at the camera. And I want that to be on its own layer. I want to control the order in which that one goes. So particles. And I put this on the particles. That's the sphere. I want the particles to be in the particles layer, right? And what the hell? Sometimes in Studio. Particles layer. All right. Where'd the particles go? There's no particles camera. But what we can do is, so we got the gold sphere rendering first, or last. So I can take the shiny new camera. So I avoided calling it the gold camera because I also wanted to do the particles layer. So now this camera is handling the display of the gold and the particles. If I want those, if I care about the order in which those render like on top of each other, I might need to add another layer and perhaps another camera there. But so yeah, let's say, so now I do want to do that. The particles are actually it's not all right. So let's say the particles are snow. So let's make these go. Whoops. Let's go down. Let's say I want these to be like snow. But the snow is, let's say, like behind her. And the snow would be behind her. Why is it not behind her? Come on. Well, let's fix that. So what I can do is take my shiny new camera, which is displaying the particles, and I add a segmentation texture. So the portrait background. I take my camera, the shiny new camera, and I add the portrait background to the mask texture. All right, now it's showing behind her. Yeah, that's looking good. But then you can kind of see how it's like displaying in like the over the sphere like that. That's not looking good. So it's like behind her, in front of her. So like at this point, you know, in this guy, the gold sphere, like it's not really. It's like, what the hell's going on? Doesn't look very good. Like at this point, you can kind of you should think like, okay, I need a new layer of sorts, right? So what you can do is then, because what's happening is, let's get this kind of sphere out of the way. So this gold ball is now behind her. Looks like it's behind her because it's on the same camera layer as the particles. So now what I've got to do is, so what in this case, I'll keep the shiny new layer camera, and I'll rename this to something like, you know, background effects camera. and then get rid of the gold layer. So now, okay, that's looking better. But I think I still have a problem with this. It's like, yeah, okay, now that doesn't look good. Maybe I can move this in front, get it in front of the particles. No, it's still not looking good. And then this is the order. This is now the order problem. So now click back to the camera. The order in which these are rendering is the change that. So now the background loads first, and then this first camera loads, right? So now, and remember, like, so now it doesn't matter where I put these things. They're going to order on top of each other based on what I set in the cameras. But we got that gold ball still missing. So now what I could do is I can go back to this first camera and add the golden layer. And this might work if, like, I'm okay with them rendering how they are in relative space to each other, or maybe I want the gold ball to be in the background or in the foreground. I can't do that. So what I'll do here is I just duplicate the camera, first camera, and this one I might be okay calling like the gold camera. Gold key. That's a cool word. And since I duplicated it, I've got to go back to this first layer, remove golden, go to the golden camera, remove default, and now I can control the render order of these two things, and it just so happened that it worked out okay, but you might have to, it may have like came like this, and you'd have to go here. So you control the order in which they render based on the cameras. It's the camera order. This is where it's a little confusing for me. So it's the order of the cameras is what determines the render order. And then you use the layers to control what the cameras display.